And we are live. What's up? We're going to settle this debate once and for all if insurance agents are con artists. So let me start this live on Facebook as well. And boom, we are good. What's up, party people? See if Facebook is on. All right, we are live on Facebook now as well. We're going to identify in this video if insurance agents are con artists because a young man who I'm sure is probably well-intentioned because he is an insurance agent, which makes us a little hypocritical of him. But we're going to see if there's any validity, because there is. Things are not binary in this world. It's not, are they con artists or are they not? It's just to what extent and who is a con artist. This really comes down to a personal degree, my dear friend. So, first off, we have to understand what a con is. It's the act of getting someone to do something based on deception. That's the definition of it. It's tricking someone into doing something based on lying and being a deceitful and disingenuous human. All right. Now, if we look at the sales process for an insurance agent, what the man is arguing is that the process of selling based on fear, or what I call away from pain, because that has some fear components in it. The only reason anyone doesn't do anything is because of fear. That's really the only objection that exists is fear. Okay, so we have to look at the sales process. If you look at theory of constraints, let's just look at where the constraint is in the sales process for most insurance agents. And I believe, this is my personal belief, that the problem that this guy has with sales is that he's probably not good at it because he thinks there's something wrong with it. He thinks there's something that it's what you do to people rather than for them. All right, so first we have to understand the difference between away from pain and towards pleasure. All right? We're going to use red. So you have two people, my dear friend, okay? You have J and J. You have John and Jane. Now, the question is, who spends money faster and who will spend more of it? Well, John wants a wider, brighter smile, and Jane has a crippling toothache. Who do you think is more likely to spend more money faster, in a shorter time frame? Jane, because she has a problem that is causing her pain, and that pain has a price that she pays for it. It's literally a real sensation, a real pain. Her brain is telling her, hey, this is uncomfortable, this hurts. All right? And so Jane will spend more money, typically 2 to 10 times more, 2 to 10 times faster. Okay? So the problem we are solving with life insurance is it's truly just an unequal exchange of risk. Selling life insurance is the transference of risk. That's really what it comes down to. If we look at what it is, what base units it breaks down into, okay? So in a typical sales process for life insurance, most agents, because they think they are doing something that is bad, they're not going to be good at it because they don't want to see themselves as bad people by doing something, even if it means they have the potential to change someone's lives. Here's the thing, there's only two types of people when it comes to insurance. People who are happy they had it and people who wish that they did. We can argue insurance is this scam all day long, but the reality of it is, it's a necessity in today's world. Let's just get over that. We can argue what should or could be. I'm going to focus on reality, all right? I'm going to focus on reality. So what most people are going to do is they're going to go sell insurance towards pleasure, and they're going to get a bunch of I need to think about it objections. Okay, so that's the constraint in the sales process, is there's no urgency. There's no urgency. Okay? So you have this dude talking to this person. It's I need to think about it. Because there's no urgency, there's no fear, there's no real and present danger, because they have no perception of their death. So that's what I think is actually the con is when you sell towards pleasure. You're being deceitful and you're allowing them to believe that their debt, their problems, their liabilities are not going to be passed on to the people they love the most. And it's unfair for you to bring a problem into this world and pass it on to somebody else. That's what the con is, not getting a problem solved. Okay? Now, do a lot of agents use fear the wrong way? Absolutely. They make absurd claims and promises and guarantees when it comes to things like IULs, or they'll illustrate bullshit rates with annuities, participating whole life policies. They'll do a lot of disingenuous shit to get people to buy a policy. That makes the agent bad. And here's the thing, that's that's the loud minority. That's the loud minority. It's like the 1 to 5 out of 100 cops who had a bad day and they give you a ticket because of that, even though you did nothing wrong. Or they find probable cause. Oh, it smells like marijuana in here when you smoked a cigarette. Like, get the hell out of here, dude. We get it. Your wife's cheating on you because your hair is shit. Like, we get it. We get it, okay? And so, yes, you can absolutely exploit during this. You can absolutely exploit it. Now, that's the loud minority. Most people, they're too shit at sales to even know what they're doing. Just show me where the lie is in that. Show me where the lie is in my logic, in my belief around this. Okay? You're not going to. You're not going to. There's nothing. I want to know what gives this dude the right to be the arbiter, the judge, the jury, and the executioner on what is right and wrong for other people to do. Just because he's probably not making a lot of money. If we're being fucking real. Okay? If we're being real. Or he thinks he's doing something to people because his philosophy around sales is messed up. Nothing in this world happens until something is sold for a profit. At least in America. Okay? Sales has always happened. It used to be bartering. We would trade things that we saw as less valuable to us in exchange to get what we valued. Okay? More than the things we had. That essentially is what sales is. We are trading our dollar that we don't value as much as the thing we really want to trade that dollar for. It's still bartering. Okay? And so all we're doing is we're transferring risk when it comes to insurance. You are going to die. My dear friend, you are going to die. I don't care if you're 20 years old watching this, you're going to die. When that is, I have no clue. And so that's the problem that life insurance solves. Okay? Is we're taking an educated guess, risk, a bet, saying, Mr. Insurance Company, I bet you $100 a month that I die before X, and the insurance company says, hey, based on our mortality rates and all the data we have, we predict that's not going to be true. We'll take your money and we'll put up $100,000 as collateral through this contract, through this agreement that we both sign. That's binding. And it's a transference of risk. And it's typically very disproportionate. It's typically very disproportionate. And they're smart. The insurance companies are smart. That's why they're some of the most solvent institutions in the world. Okay? They've been around for hundreds of years. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. We can argue the semantics and what should or could be, but it's just, this is the reality we live in. What the con is, what's deceitful, is pretending like people aren't passing on debt and problems to people who shouldn't have to deal with that shit, like your kids. Your kids should not be responsible for taking over your mortgage payments. Your kids should not be responsible for coming up with a GoFundMe because you weren't responsible enough to get the shit taken care of. Deal with your own problems. Be a responsible adult. All right? It's not the job of your kids to deal with the problems you pass on to them. It's yours. All right? And so the only con when it comes to selling insurance is people who use deceitful sales tactics. The more useless the product, the more aggressive the salesperson. And a lot of this is perceptual. A lot of people think sales is what you do to people rather than something you do for them. All right? And so this is just the real of the real. All right? Let me know where I'm wrong, because I'm not. I'm right, you're wrong. Just, it is what it is, my dear friend. Okay? If you're doing disingenuous shit, making up lies about what the policy is going to do, if you're twisting and rebating and conniving people, yeah, that's con artist status. So that guy's right to that extent. But that's not most insurance agents. Like I said, most, they couldn't close a door. They couldn't close a barn door. For being real. If that's the case, if you want to learn how to close, like you need to go check out some of my YouTube shit, or go give me money for one of my programs. If you pay, you'll pay attention. You'll have the emotional investment that it'll work for you, and it will. Okay? It's very simple. It's very simple. But the fact that an insurance agent is the one saying this shit, like if that's what you truly believe, then hang up your fucking license. Just stop it. Go do something you deem is more noble, since you are holier than thou. All right? Let's just keep it real. And I'm not mad, but like when you come on to a post and you shit on everyone who chose this as a career profession, like you're going to make some enemies. You're going to have people that hate you and say mean things to you. I'm just going to say your argument is stupid. You're arguing opinion rather than fact. The fact is, yes, people do deceitful shit in this industry, but not all of them. Not majority of them. The con in and of itself is not insurance. Like, you tell me what's shitty. Knowing you can help someone get rid of all their problems they're going to pass on to their loved ones? Or not doing anything about it when you knew you could? A lot of this comes down to intentionality. And if you're just a fucking good person, if you've got some heart, if you didn't sell it, if you didn't sell your soul, that's all it comes down to. So, love you all. Keep being awesome. Just wanted to debunk this. All right? No further responses needed. Love you all. Keep being awesome.